Michael Church, Crawl Space Ninja. We got a great Ask a Ninja from Alicia in Terre Haute, Indiana. And basically, she had a house that the previous owner had dug out too much of the crawl space, and now there's a hydrostatic pressure problem down there. She got some advice from a local contractor. She's also wanting to know what she can do in the event that the walls begin to buckle or to prevent the walls from buckling in the crawl space. So we'll talk about some carbon fiber and some different things in this video. Stay tuned. If you're new to Crawl Space Ninja, we talk about everything related to waterproofing, bowing basement walls, humidity control. We hope you'll subscribe to our channel, ring that notifications bell. Also, if you haven't had a chance yet, our book is still on Amazon.com. If you get a chance to take a look at it. As a matter of fact, got it on sale for a little while. If you want to check it out, you can either get the digital version or the paperback. So good read for anybody with humidity problems or mold or anything like that. So Alicia, I appreciate you writing in about your problem. And basically, I'm just going to read what you wrote. I just had my foundation inspected. Everything is good, except the past owner had the crawl space dug out all the way to the bottom of the foundation wall. The company suggested diverting as much water as possible away from the house to help prevent hydrostatic pressure from caving in the walls, but told me eventually it would damage the walls. My question is, are there any other things I can do to prevent the walls from buckling? Can I slowly add substrate back into the crawl space, or are there braces that I can use to be installed? So good question. And real quick, when they said divert water away from the house on the hydrostatic pressure, I think they're talking about the outside. Okay, so if you've got soil that's pretty tall on the outside and they dug out all of the crawl space down to the footer, that soil pressure and that hydrostatic pressure it could potentially be pushing against that wall and cause buckling, and bowing basement walls and basement crawl space walls can bow as well. So what you can do, number one, is put in some French drains, make sure your downspouts are extended properly. Try to get as much water away from your foundation as possible. Another thing too is if the walls were poured concrete, or perhaps they were block walls that were poured and rebarred, this may not be that big of an issue. I'm not sure how old your home is, but these walls can withstand quite a bit, and a basement obviously has really tall walls. So anyway, if you haven't got your home inspected by a structural engineer, I would recommend you do that. All right. So people in my industry are great. Obviously, I'm in this industry, but we're not structural engineers. That's someone that I would maybe lean on a little heavier in this process than just going with a local waterproofing contractor. Make sure and see what the structural engineer says. I am not a fan of digging out crawl spaces. I know some people like to do it, but it seems to cause a lot of problems. And if they get too far, the footer can even shift. Keep in mind, footers can shift with all the soil around them, much less when you dig all the soil away from them. So you got to be careful when digging out a crawl space, especially if you're trying to make it into a basement or a usable space like that. Be super, super careful. If you go over here to our webpage, it's our basement waterproofing page on Crawl Space Ninja. If you scroll down to the very bottom, we show carbon fiber, and it is very effective to prevent the walls from bowing in as well. Alicia, if you want to look into that. Now, we have this also available on our DIY store, but if you're unable to do it yourself, there's probably some local contractors that can install carbon fiber on the walls. Keep in mind, it is designed for a 2-inch gap or a 2-inch bow or less. And the carbon guard is really good at keeping the walls from tipping and shearing as well, not just bowing. So we like the carbon guard, of course, but you may not have a footer exposed to put that carbon guard, that bottom anchor in, as shown here in this process, or maybe you do. If you've got that footer exposed, you can put that bottom anchor in right there, put the top anchor up in the sill plate or the rim joist area. and then this attaches. Great product. You can even go vertical if needed. You can go, I'm sorry, horizontal if needed. You're going around a corner, you can wrap around corners with carbon fiber. Of course, steel I-beams may be an option as well. It's just carbon fiber tends to be a little bit more of a DIY product, and a lot of companies like to install them. If you want to learn more about Carbon Guard, you can go to our webpage, diy.crawlspaceninja.com, and you can buy the whole kit right here. It comes with 6 straps, quite a bit of product involved or included in this kit. But one of the cool things I wanted to show you here, if you scroll down and click on product videos, we actually have the video that Carbon Guard has to install it on your basement or your crawl space. So Alicia, I hope this was helpful. The last thing you asked about, should you add substrate back? Again, I would rely on that engineer for that answer, to determine what type of substrate or whatever. If you're talking about putting the soil or gravel or something back in the crawl space to kind of shore that area up, I'd ask your local engineer that question. Hope this helps you out, Alicia. I'm Michael Church, Crawl Space Ninja. Please like this video down below. If you got some advice for Alicia on what she could do to help with her Boeing crawl space walls, then please comment down below as well. We hope you make it a happy and blessed day, and we'll see you later.